Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me yet again. We are going to go ahead and get started with some warm up on our hands and knees. Have at the ready something just a little bit heavier. We're going to be working our weighted set from the floor today, doing a chest press, tricep press, and an overhead pull. So I have a set of 20s and a set of 30s for that. And join me on the ground, hands spread nice and wide. Put your first finger straight ahead and then tuck your elbows so that they point back at your thighs. And then we're going to just warm up the wrists a little bit. So hinge your shoulders up over those fingertips and then back. Bring them up and back. Go ahead and tuck your toes under as well and hinge all the way back so you can get a little foot stretch snuck in there also. So depending on how long you've been doing these wrist stretches, hopefully you're slowly getting more and more and more range. So bringing those shoulder heads way up over the fingertips. Last one here. And then just take a little circle to the right. And then a little circle to the left. And then turn your hands all the way around so that your fingertips point at your knees. And then if you would like, if it feels good for you, sit back just a bit and maybe even bend one elbow and then the other. So get some stretch to those forearms as well. Lots of gripping weights. We need to take care of the forearms and the hands and the wrists. All right, and then go ahead and sit back and turn your palms up. So the fingertips still facing your knees, but the backs of the hands are on the ground. And then whatever kind of feels good as far as rotating your elbows, you can kind of let your elbows rotate out and then tuck them in. Not too much pressure here, just enough to stretch the other way. And then come on up and shake the hands out. All right, we're going to go back into our hands and knees and do some cat-cow. So inhale and push your chest forward. Let your low back sag toward the ground. And then exhale, dig into the hands and the knees. So make it super active. We want to wake up the core. Get some movement through our spine. As you lift the chest, feel like your hands are tugging back towards your knees. So you find that traction, slide the shoulder blades down. And then as you round, push into the ground and dome that upper back. All right, reach your arms way out in front and we'll curl the toes under, go into our downward facing dog, and then pedal out the feet. All right, so as a reminder, we have 8 minutes of core that we're going to start off with. We are going to do a double tuck plank. If you do not plank, then I'm going to have you stay on your hands and knees. Then we're going to be doing a figure 4 reverse crunch. So your head's going to be on the ground and the knees are going to tug in toward you. And then we're going to do a concentrated crunch. All right, so I'll run us through everything real quick. You'll hit up a high plank. You'll lift one leg. You'll tuck it under to the opposite elbow and then to the same elbow. That's one. And we're going to go 10 each leg. If you don't do a plank, you stay on the knee, tuck under, push that leg back, tuck wide, push back. So always contracting through the core. I know I say it all the time, but if you can really get that self-contraction, you're getting a lot further. Okay, so for your figure 4 reverse crunch, you're going to take your leg up and over the opposite knee. Hands can hang down by the side or behind the head, whatever feels good for you. You're going to push that low back into the ground and tuck the legs in. Get a little lift of your tailbone up off the ground. So that pressure of the leg folded over is going to force you to have to work a little harder. So we'll go 10 on the left, 10 on the right. And then the last one is just a focused crunch, concentrated crunch. Lift with your exhale, lower with your inhale. If that doesn't work for you, keep your low back on the ground and your head on the ground, and you can do heel presses. So just pushing those heels straight up toward the sky. All right, so that's going to be our start. Core, we have 10 of each for as many rounds as we can do in 8 minutes. So start with your high plank or on your hands and knees and go. Shoulders way up over the wrists. You're going to try to keep your shoulders still over your wrists and just take a small little twist through the mid back as you twist, as you tuck the knee over and then pull it to that same elbow. 3 to go. 3, 2, dig into those hands, feel the core. 1, other side, tuck under, tuck wide. 2, 3, notice how different parts of the core are activating for which elbow you're tucking that knee into. 8, 9, and 10. As always, if you find you need a little break, just take it and then come back. Okay, cross your ankle over the knee, push your low back into the ground, tuck in nice and tight. So we want to really find the lower abs. Anytime that you're doing kind of a reverse crunch or those heel presses, even our scissor crunches, when you're bringing your hips or legs up, you're feeling more through the core, or I'm sorry, the lower core. Down deep, closer to your pubic bone. There's 10. Other side. Sneak in a little stretch here too. Why not? Flex both feet. Put pressure on that leg that you're pulling in. So use that resistance to your advantage. 6. 9 and 10. All right, rest your head or rest your feet on the ground. Unless you're doing those leg presses, tuck your chin, head rest in the hands, super heavy. So really check in here and make sure you're tightening the core and not relaxing as you lower back to the ground. So just like a plank, we want to keep that flexion the whole time. 7. Push your low back into the ground. 8, 9, and 10. I do crunches and dead bugs and all sorts of that stuff all day long almost, it feels like, but I still have to remind myself, push that low back into the ground. Stay tucked, stay tucked. It's easy to just get going and start counting and forget about what's going on. All right, tuck over and then same side. 2. 4. Keep your good plank position. Tucking tailbone under. 8, 9, 10. Other side. Tuck that belly button back toward your spinal column. Watch your low back. Make sure it's not starting to sag. Try not to rush it too much. We want to get through, but we also want to be in charge of that leg. So it's not swinging, but you're resisting. 10. Whew. Resisting that tuck. Okay. Cross one ankle over your knee. Flex both feet. Tuck in. Feel that low belly. Oh. 7. Check in. Notice what you're using. 8. As you lower, remember, don't let that low back come off. 10. Other side. Tighten deep. You're almost resisting that roll back to the ground. 8, 9, 10. All right, feet on the ground. Rest the head in the hands. Tuck that chin. Woo, definitely burning a little more this round. 3, 4. So the hands are there to rest your head into. We don't want to yank on the neck. Check in. Make sure you're not pulling your head to get the crunch. Flex in deep. 2 more. 10. All right, flip it over. Back to our plank. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Tuck under, wide. Keep that foot flexed. You've got it. 8, 9. Try to find the oblique to grab as you tuck to the same side. 2, 3. Stay spread through those fingertips. Make sure that you're still pushing evenly through the palm. 8, 9, 10. All right, back onto the ground. Find that figure 4. Drive your low back into the ground. Tuck. Keep thinking about that lower portion of the core. 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3. It's amazing how different it feels for me too on my tighter side, or my figure 4 is just tighter. 8, 9, 10. All right, concentrated crunches. Scoop the belly. It's not about how high you get. It's about contracting and staying contracted. So tuck your pelvis. Check in with your glutes. Oh, we made it. Keep your glutes relaxed. All right. Grab your knees, hug them into the chest. Give yourself a little second. Let's flip it over. Take a little seal pose. Great work. Okay, our cardio's coming. Just up that heart rate a little bit. We are going to be doing a lateral jump and then a broad jump and then leg swings, leg overs, okay? So your lateral jump, you're going to squat and jump. 1, 1. If you don't do that, that's fine. Just kind of shuffle, tap, tap. Then your jump forward and back. Jump, squat, bring it back. Forward. I'm going to end up jumping further forward. Then your leg overs are here. Level off those hips, use the core, bring your leg up and over. All right, starting with our lateral jumps, knees line with toes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Jump as fast as you want. You can pass me, no problem. A little slower, no problem. It's your workout. 9, 10. All right. Find your squat. Jump forward and then back. 1, 2. Line those knees and toes. 7. Oh, if you're not jumping here, I didn't tell you. Just step. And then step. And then step. Here's 10. All right. Ooh, that's a leg burner too. Up and over. Little bit chill. 2. We're going to do 5 each direction. 10 total. 4, Get the leg as high as you can, straight as you can. 5. Think about your core helping to contract to lift the leg. No, it's not super high intensity heart rate, but the jumps are going to get us. So this is our active recovery / mobility. One more. All right. Lateral jumps. Here we go. Try to keep those hips and knees level. Last one. Good. Whew. All right, jump forward and back, or shuffle forward and back. Halfway. This is good, helping me push a new direction. One more set. Perfect. Whew. All right, those leg swings, up and over. Use that core. Chest is up. 4, 5. Ooh, feel that oblique. Good. Go for a big range of motion. Whatever works for you. 4 and 5. Whew. All right, we're almost halfway. There's 10. All right, here we go. Gotta really push myself to get back. 3, 2, 1. All right, start on the other side. This time, 1, 2, 3. Notice your supporting leg. 5. 3. Use that core. 4. Chest stays up. 5. Here we go. Seven. And 10. Alrighty, here we go. 1. We're off to the races. Remember what you came for. Sit into the work. One more. 7. Just hit it up one at a time. 10. All right, I'm going to start right leg support again. 2. Focus on what you're doing, what you're grabbing. That's it. Perfect. 5. Maybe your leg isn't so tall. That's okay. Grab the core. Try your best to keep it straight. That's what matters. Flex that foot up. Movement through the hips, but try to stay stable through the low back. Remember, you can move in the mid back, but stable low back. All right, ready, go. Maybe, time I was going to say, maybe skiing is the life I need to add in. The laterals are no problem, but those forward and back. Whew. All right, let's take a nice wide squat. Chest press from the floor. Tricep press from the floor. I'm going to be changing my weight from 30 for my chest press to 20 for my tricep press, and then I'll go back to 30 for my overhead pull. Get everything ready. I'm going to have my hips up in a glute bridge at least to start. All right, get those hips up, grab through the core, and you're on. Getting them up there is the hardest part. All right, press through the chest. 2, depending on your weight selection, you'll be a lot faster than me. So the next one up is elbows tight, and you're going to be doing a tricep press. And maybe you can just stay with your same weight. You'll go faster there as well. 8, 9, strong wrists. 10. Or depending on how you like to do it, you can just pace with me and get more reps, or slow pace with lighter weights is totally fine as well. All right, if you can, hips go up, elbows squeeze tight, wrist stay right over the elbows, and your hands stop right above the shoulders at the top of the press. Think about sliding your shoulder blades down the back. 3 to go. 9, 10. All right. So now your hips are going to stay on the ground. I'm going to hold my dumbbell around the top like this. Keep your hips on the ground. Arms are super straight. Lower and then pull back. So the heavier that your weight, slower you're going to go, as always, but especially for here, because you catch as the arms are all the way overhead. Make sure you're keeping that belly flat, pulling the low back down so you feel core and upper back. No neck. You don't have to go all the way back. It's whatever your range of motion for shoulders is. Try to keep your low back down by using the core as opposed to tightening through the glutes. Press into the back. Feel those shoulder blades. So you got to roll those shoulder heads back. 2 more. At least for me. All right. Back into my chest press. Whew. All right. If you're already there, good job. Go for it. Elbows come wide. Wrists are strong. Stay stable through the back. I have 3 to go. No neck. No throat. All right. Whew. Made it. All right, tricep press. Hips go back up. Wrists stay strong. Notice what you're feeling. Think about what you came for. What was your goal? Performance? Just make it. Just get through. Sweat, heart rate, muscle build, fat loss, health, brain function, better mood. It's all there. You're getting it all. But when you focus on your main goal, 10, what you really came for, sometimes that's that little extra motivation to get your last couple reps. Find that push. Push your low back into the ground. Reach far behind. Overhead pull. Grab that core. Focus that back. Nine, 10. All right. I need a little flush. See what we got here. 2:20 to go. All right. I'm going to stay with my 20s now for my chest press. I think I could do a few, the 30, but it's all good. Here we go. Elbows wide. Six, stay supporting through the back. 8, 9, 10. Check in. Make sure you're being smart. For me, that was switching. I do have to watch my right shoulder. It likes to roll forward, so start to know your discrepancies, where your body compensates and cheats. Even though you might not be a cheater, your body is smart, and it's going to find the least path to resistance. But we have to find the most, keep everything healthy. Eight, 9, 10. Oof. All right. Overhead pull. I'm going to try my 30 again. This time the hips stay on the ground. Oh, drive those shoulder blades down still. Stay in a safe range of motion. Feel the upper back. Build that back. Flex the core. 5. And done. Whew. Could have made it to 10, but I'm glad we're there. Okay. Open your elbows and then drive the backs of the arms and the palms into the ground, and then lift the chest. And then you can kind of shimmy your shoulders around. Feel different stretches here. And then we're just going to roll to the side. Turn to your left side like you're falling asleep. Stack your knees and stack your hands. Great work. And then make sure you have a nice big range around the top of you. So you're going to draw a rainbow or halo or headband. Get your head to rest. If not, grab a pillow. Take your top hand, turn your hand so that the thumb is scraping along the ground, and then rotate so the back of the hand. So my shoulders are still stacked right now. My arm is reaching away as it goes behind my head. Back of the hand still on the ground. I'm going to slowly open my chest. My back is popping one vertebra at a time. I love it. Open all the way across and then hang out here. So drive that shoulder that you just rotated around into the ground. Try to keep your knees together on the ground. You can adjust your knees if it feels better to pull them up towards your belly button a little more, or even just the top leg. 2 more deep breaths. Okay, and then take that arm and slowly come back the way that you went in. Slide it up, cross the ground, and then stack. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. So just roll over, stack your knees, stack your hands. Take that top hand, turn the thumb to the ground, and then rotate, reach, reach, reach. Keep the shoulders stacked, and then as it goes behind the head, slowly open the chest. Your head's going to face the ceiling, and then open those arms. If you have shoulder pain or any shoulder issues, this is a good one to do over and over several times, not really holding any one spot that you feel the most pain in the shoulder, but more stretch through that chest. So a lot of times if you have any shoulder pain, okay, we're going to return back. It can start as limited range of motion through the chest or through the back. Perfect. Okay. Flip yourself over onto your hands and knees. And then we're just going to tuck the right leg through for a pigeon straight away. So tuck that leg under. Back knee can kind of walk away from you. You can stay up pretty high, but get your pelvis parallel to the ground. You can stay on your hands or you can lower onto your elbows, but square off those hips. Okay, and then plant into your left forearm and just bring your right hand behind. See if you can grab on your hip, twist a little bit. Now the other side, plant onto your right forearm, twist the other way. And then we're going to come up and switch straight into the other side. All right, lower down. Stay on the hands or the forearms, it's up to you. But remember, square off that pelvis. So if your left hip is forward and your right leg is back, then you want to rotate your hips toward the right. So push your right hip down. Stay on your right forearm and twist your left hand behind. And then left forearm, twist your right arm behind. and then just rotate around. We'll get our butterfly stretch and then a forward fold. Grab a little more stretch later if you have some time. Next week, we're going to be doing a lot of mobility and stretching, giving ourselves a little recovery week. Mentally, it can be tough because you feel like, oh no, I'm not burning a ton of calories, but actually it gives your body that kind of rest and break that it needs to be able to jump push again that following week. So we're going to start off with one last round of 3 weeks of the same format. So we get to switch it up from this one, our 8-minute AMRAP, come all the way to standing, hinge over those legs, get a stretch through those hamstrings, hinge hips to the right, hinge hips to the left, and then come to center, and then all the way up. Okay, fantastic job. I hope your body feels good, ready for the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.